Hola, bitches! Welcome to week 2. As a coworker of mine said a couple weeks ago, when she was planning her trip to Nicaragua, not sure if you know this, but the proper name of someone from Nicaragua is Nika. And her follow-up question when she learned this was, so does that mean you could go up to him and say, "Sup, my Nika?" Anyway, welcome to week 2. And I'm looking forward to this week, actually, to 3 games here, in particular in the NFL. One of them is, of course, the Thursday night matchup, where the Bears face the Packers. Huge rivalry in the NFL. These are two teams that, one of those teams could be 0-16 or rather 2-14. And, so long as those 2 games that they won were against the other, then, it's considered a good season. So really looking forward to that. And I think it's a big game for the Packers because I think they're in trouble. They made Alex Smith look like a decent quarterback last week, which is not easy to do, but they made it look easy. So they've got to get that thing fixed, or they're going to be in for a long, long season, which is too bad because I appreciate Packer fans, and I like what they've got going on up there. The second game that I'm looking forward to, of course, is Seattle versus Dallas, the home opener here in the Great Northwest. I'm really looking forward to that game. I think Seattle wins behind their defense. I think it's going to be a good year for Tony Romo, but I think the offensive line for Dallas is horrible, and I think the defense for Seattle and the 12th man here, I think they come in with a statement to make, especially after what happened last week. And I think if the rookie can learn to throw it to the fucking slant because he's open, Seattle will win this game. Had to get that out of my system, sorry. And then the last game that I'm looking forward to is the rematch of the Lions versus the 49ers. Now, the 49ers are becoming a big rivalry here to the Seattle Seahawks. So I, of course, can't stand them. And I definitely can't stand Captain Khaki. But I also think Schwartz is kind of a punk. And after what happened last year, I'd really almost like to see those 2 coaches just, let's put a rink in the middle of the field and throw some gloves on them and have those 2 go out there and duke it out. And whoever wins that, then, let's just give that team the win for this week. That's what I think they ought to do. Since we know that's not going to happen, I just hope Detroit just dismantles them. I really, really do. Of course, I'd also find it amusing if that was the game that Calvin Johnson, Madden, curse, got hurt. But, I don't want to wish that on anybody. Certainly not you or... Let's get to this week's picks, shall we? But before I get too far ahead of myself, I have a riddle for you. And the riddle goes a little bit like this. What has 2 thumbs and can pick every game right in week 1? This guy. That's right, bitches. I went 6-0 last week, and that's not easy for me to do. It's not like you can just, sit down and look at Philly over Cleveland and say, yeah, that's a definite win. It just doesn't work that way. Apparently it doesn't work that way in the NFL either, because it almost wasn't a definite win. But still, somehow, some way, I, the fearless forecaster, the peerless prognosticator, managed to go 6-0. And as a result, I thought I'd take this show on the road so that I could make my picks in style. So without further ado, let's get to it, shall we? And since vlogging and driving is allegedly not safe, I'm going to pull over. This week, we like Big Love over Geithner, Zeus over Boogie Woogie, Ubiquitous Odd One over Maximus, Mass over Barb. Durden over Tiny. And in my upset special, the Steel Champs to undercut the Dirty Chop Blockers. That's it for this week's picks, folks. Time for me to head on home, get some grub. Hope everybody remembered their pickups for this week. Leave you with a little well-wishing on you getting whoever it is that you want. May your chips be readily at hand. May your beer always be cold. And we'll see you next week. Bye, bitches.